Hey guys, it's Miss Morin here from Ideal South Flores. We are reading for day 6. We're in part 2 of the novel. They're at sea, from the poem Floating to the poem The Moon. It is pages 73 to page 90. This poem is titled Floating. Our ship creeps along the river route without lights, without cooking, without bathrooms. We are told to sip water only when we must, so our bodies can stop needing. Mine won't listen. Mother sighs. I don't blame her, having a daughter who's either dying of thirst or demanding release. Other girls must be made of bamboo, bending whichever way they are told. Mother tells Uncle Son, I need a bathroom. We are allowed into the commander's cabin, where the bathroom is so white and clean, so worth the embarrassment. Slowly, I nibble on the last clump of cooked rice from my sack. Hard and moldy, yet chewy and sweet inside. I chew each grain slowly. I hear others chew, but I haven't seen anyone actually eating. No one can afford to share what I smell. Sardines, dried durian, salted eggs, toasted sesame. I lean toward the family on the next mat. Mother firmly shakes her head. She looks so sad as she pats my hand. Rations. On the 3rd day, we join the sea toward Thailand. The commander says it's safe enough for him to cook, for us to go above deck, for all to smile a little. He said there's enough rice and water for 3 weeks, but rescue should happen much earlier. Do not worry. Ships from all countries are out looking for us. Morning, noon, and night, we each get 1 clump of rice, small, medium, large, according to our height, plus 1 cup of water, no matter our size. The first hot bite, so freshly cooked rice, plump and nutty, makes me imagine the taste of ripe papaya, although one has nothing to do with the other. I'm sorry, I messed up right there. Routine. Mother cannot allow idle children, hers or anyone else's. After 1 week on the ship, Brother Quang begins English lessons. I wish he would keep it to, how are you? This is a pin. But when the adults are not here, he says, we must consider the shame of abandoning our country and begging toward the unknown, where we will all begin at the lowest level of the social scale. It is better in the afternoon with Brother Vu, who just wants us to do front kicks and back kicks, at times adding 1-2 punches. Brother Koi gets to monitor lines for the bathrooms, where bottoms stick out to sea behind blankets blowing in the wind. When not in class, I have to stay within sight of Mother like a baby. Mother gives me her writing pad. Write tiny. There's but 1 pad. Writing becomes boring, so I draw over my words. Pouches of pan-fried shredded coconut, tamarind paste on banana leaf, steamed corn on the cob, rounds of fried dough, wedges of pineapple on a stick, and of course, cubes of papaya, tender and shiny. Mother smooths my black hair, knowing the pain of a girl who loves snacks, but is stranded on a ship. Once knew. Water, water, water everywhere makes me think land is just something I once knew, like napping on a hammock, bathing without salt, watching Mother write, laughing for no reason, kicking up powdery dirt, and wearing clean night clothes, smelling of the sun. Brother Koi's secret. Brother Koi stinks. We can't ignore it. He stews and sweats in a jacket he won't take off. Forced to sponge wipe twice a day, he wrapped the jacket around his waist. He keeps clutching something in his left pocket where the stench grows. Neighbors complain, even the ones 8 mats away, saying it's bad enough to be trapped in putrid hot air made from fermented bodies and oily sweat. Must everybody also endure something rotten? Finally, Brother Vu holds Brother Koi down and forces him to open his hand. Oh, I forgot about this part. A flattened chick lies crooked, neck dangling off his palm. The chick had not a chance after we shoved for hours to board. Brother Koi screams, kicks everything off our mats. Brother Quang carries him above deck. Quiet. Last respects. After 2 weeks at sea, the commander calls us all above deck. for a formal lowering of yellow flag with 3 red stripes. South Vietnam no longer exists. One woman tries to throw herself overboard, screaming that without a country she cannot live. As they wrestle her down, a man stabs his heart with a toothbrush. I don't know them, so their pain seems unreal. Next to Brother Coy's, whose eyes are wide as those of his broken chick, I hold his hand. Come with me. He doesn't resist. Alone at the back of the ship, I open Mother's white handkerchief. Inside lies a mouse-bitten doll, her arms wrapped around a limp, fuzzy body of his chick. I tie it all into a bundle. Brother Coy nods and I smile, but regret not having my doll as soon as the white bundle sinks into the sea. 1 engine. In the middle of the night, our ship stops. Mother hugs me, hearts drumming as one. If the communists catch us fleeing, it's 1,000,000 times worse than staying at home. After many shouts and much time, the ship moves forward with just 1 engine. Mother would not release me. The commander says Thailand is much farther on 1 engine. It was risky to take the river route. We escaped the bombs, but missed the rescue ship. The commander decides the ration is now a half a clump of rice, only at morning and night, and 1 cup of water all day. Sip, he says, and don't waste strength moving around because it's impossible to predict how much longer we will be floating. This is the last one. The moon. During the day, the deck belongs to men and children. At nightfall, women make their way up. In single files, they sponge bathe and relieve themselves behind blanket curtains. I always stand in line with Mother. Every night she points upward. At least the moon remains unchanged. Your father could be looking at the same round moon. He may already understand. We will wait for him across the world. I feel guilty, having not once thought of Father. I can't wish for him to appear until I know where we will be.